Good morning guys, and it is very chilly here in the UK, so I've decided to do a little Pilates class in my Christmas jumper with my fluffy socks. And what we're going to do is we're going to use these fluffy socks to slide and glide to be able to hold positions and engage our core even further. So if you're like me, you hate being cold, you don't want to get in all your workout gear and your toes out ready, this is the Pilates workout for you. It's going to be about 10 minutes. We're going to try and work the whole body, but it's probably going to be predominantly core and leg focused due to the nature of the sliding. So if you're ready, don't need a mat, grab your water and let's get started. Sweet water. First of all, we're just going to take a couple of stretches. So we're going to bend our knees and we're going to stretch up to the sky. Breathe in, breathe out and lower down and hang down in a little ragdoll position here, stretching out the back, stretching out the legs and the hamstrings. From here, what I want you to do is I want you to bend your left leg, put your left arm to the floor and raise your right arm and stretch out the right leg. That should feel good in the hamstrings and the calves, especially if you're a runner like me. And then we're just going to simply swap over to the other side. Lovely. And then what I want you to do is slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, just roll yourself back up and reach those hands up to the ceiling. Lovely. And we're going to get started. So what I want you to do is I want you to bend both of your legs. So we come into this position, just bending them slightly, and then what I want you to do is we're going to work on our left leg first of all. So what I want you to do is I want you to lift that right leg off the floor. You can just have your toes very gently then, but all of your weight is on this left leg here, so it's really strong and stable. Now when we're doing this workout, you're going to feel it in both legs, so as we go along, don't be surprised to feel it more in your standing leg than the working leg. That's how we've designed this. So we're going to keep this one nice and strong, really feeling it in there, trunk down to the floor. We're going to be moving our right leg here. So all I want you to do is I want you to slide that right leg out and nice and straight, really engaging and bringing it back in. The whole time we're going to be engaging the core here. So we're sliding out and in, sliding out and in. Really engage your core. I like to hold my hands in prayer. We're going to do some variations from here. So we're going to slide out a few more times. And then we're going to vary it, we're going to angle it out to the side slightly. And then we're going to go back. And we're going to go out, the side, and back. Out to the side, angle, and back. We're going to do 5 more of these. So 5. You should be able to hear my slide in on the wood floor. 4, 3, 2, and you should be feeling it in that standing leg now. And last one, slide out. Lovely. And then we're going to stand up tall, reach up to the ceiling, hand fold all the way down, stretching out the back of our legs here again. You should have started feeling that. We're going to come up into our kind of bouncy position here now. All of the weight now is on your right leg, keeping that nice and strong like a tree trunk down to the floor. We're just on our tippy toes of our left foot now. And we're going to slide out. Nice and strong here. Slide out. Now you're going to start feeling it in this right leg quicker than the left leg because you've just worked it obviously. So just keep on sliding out. Lovely. This is kind of replicating the reform type of Pilates where you're using the machines and the cables, where you're able to slide straight out like this. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go to our angle and then back. Out to the side, to the angle and to the back. And one reason we're doing this is out to the side, we're working the side of the leg, out to the angle, working the outer glute, and then we're working the rear glute when we go back. So we're working the whole leg here. A few more of these. So 5, slide and glide. 4, 3, 2, and last one. You should really be feeling it in that right leg now. Lovely, and lift up to the ceiling, fold on over and stretch out both of those legs now. You should feel that nice nicely. Now we're going to come up, and what we're going to do is I'm going to stand to the side now, and we're going to be coming up into some lunges. So I've done a little bit of shorts of this on my Instagram and TikTok already, so if you've seen it before, this is what the sort of like real life version of it is. So what we're going to do, again we're starting on our left leg, keeping this left leg nice and strong. It's our tree trunk down to the floor, tippy toes of this right foot, so this one's going to be the slide today. Then what we're going to do is we're going to slide that right leg back, and as it slides up, we're going to lift our arms. So we're working the whole body. Again, we're making sure this core is all nice and engaged and tight here. So as we go back and go down to a nice low lunge, bring those arms up, and in and down, up, in and down, up, in and down. Breathing nicely here. 2, 3, 2 more, 4, and 5. And as we hold, we're going to just drop our knees to the floor, ever so slightly above, and just do some pulses here. So 4, 3, 2, and 1. And bring that leg in, nice and stable. We're going to go straight into the other leg, so there's no coming up on that one. So we're putting the stability into our right leg now and sliding our left leg out. Arms up and in and down. Arms up, in and down. You should really start feeling it in your legs now. In and down. In and down. 4, 3, 2, and 1, and pulse. You're just hovering ever so slightly above the floor. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lovely. We're going to come up into a sort of Pilates stance for our squats now. And we're just going to bash out a few squats here, so we're going to really work out the legs. So our feet should be pointed out, and you want to have your feet sort of shoulder, just over shoulder width apart. And what we're going to do from here is we're going to squat down, and we're going to lift up. Squat down, and lift. So we're working the right leg first of all here. We're really working on those single leg movements. So the reason we're doing this is specifically for any runners. Again, as running is a unilateral move, as in you only have one foot on the floor at the same time. It makes perfect sense for us to really work in the same way when we are training the rest of our body and our legs. So that's the reason I started adding this into my routine, and I felt like it really improved my performance, my speed for my running. So for any running girls and guys, this is a really good workout for you to do. So do a few more of these. So 3, nice and low, 2, and 1. Perfect. And straight into the other side. So squat down and in. Technically we're not sliding now. I mean, you can if you'd like. 2, down. Again, we're engaging our core the whole time here. Remember, Pilates is a full body. We should always be engaging our core even when we're just working our legs. So 4, 3, 2, and 1. Perfect. Come up into a nice raised position. We're going to give our legs a tiny break in a way here. We're going to come down into a plank position. So all the way down. We're going to be working our abs now by sliding this knee in and then back. Just alternating the knees. Sliding them in and back. In and back. In and back. Sliding all the way. Really engaging that core here. 3, 2, and 1. And we're going to come up into a downward facing dog here. Pedal out those legs for a second. And straight back in, but we're going to go to the edge now. Opposite sides, knee to elbow, and the opposite knee and elbow. We're going 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back up into that downward facing dog, and we're going to come straight into the middle again. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and back up into downward facing dog. And you guess it, to the side. Opposite elbow knee. 4, Lovely. We're just going to come down to our knees and come up into a child's pose here. Couple of deep breaths here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to come onto into a tabletop position, sorry. So we're going to have our hands and knees and our bums on the floor at the moment. And we're going to come up and we're going to slide our right leg up. So you're going to come up into your tabletop position, really hugging those glutes in, looking up to the ceiling. And we're going to slide one leg out. So our right leg, sliding out. Make it nice and long and strong. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And we're going to swap. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And drop down and back up. So we're going to do some pulses here. Down and up. Down and up. We're really engaging all of the core, the glutes, everything to start learning a little bit now. 3, 2, and 1. And you guessed it, we're going to come up into that tabletop pose nice and strong, really checking that our core is all engaged, our glutes are nice and tight. Slide that right leg out and back in. Slide and in. Slide. 4, 3, 2, and 1, and the other side. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop down and up, down and up, down and up, down and up. 4, squeeze. 3, squeeze. 2, squeeze. And 1. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. And then drop that down. Lovely. We're just going to come into our seated position for a second. And what we're going to do is just do a couple of stretches over. Give ourselves a tiny little break. Stretch over to one side. And stretch over to the other side. Kind of regretting the jumper now, but here we are. And then all we're going to do from here is come back onto our bottoms. And we're going to lay down onto our back. Feel free to get up, grab your mat if you feel like you need to now. We're going to hug those knees in to our chest and take a couple of deep breaths here. Deep breath in and out. In and out. And then from here, all we're going to do is we're going to open our legs up into our little diamond position. Just do a couple of ab moves here. So what I want you to do is I want you to stretch your arms overhead. And then I want you to come through into a pointed position. So like an arrow position. So overhead, arrow through the legs, overhead, arrow through the legs, overhead. 3, 2, and 1. From here, you're going to close those legs back up. And we're going to roll up onto our glutes from here. And then we're going to scoot back and stretch those legs out nice and strong. Then what we're going to do from here is just a couple of saws. So we're going to lift up nice and strong here in a nice seated position, making sure our core is engaged. We're going to reach our right hand over to our left toes and our left hand back. Nice stretch from here. You should be able to feel that in the legs as well. Up to the middle. Opposite side. Up and over. And over. And then we're going to squeeze our knees in, give ourselves a nice little hug, and well done for a little quick speed.